Hello guys, welcome back to the S3D Hobby Shop. I'm S3D and this is finally gonna be the review on the Sideshow premium format 1/3 scale Catwoman statue. Yes, this is not the first premium format Catwoman statue that Sideshow did, but this one is pretty good. Alright, so anyway, let's go ahead and just take a look at the statue itself. The Catwoman right here. It's a very beautifully sculpted piece. I think this is probably one of Sideshow's best effort to date. One of their best effort. They have done some pretty incredible pieces recently, and looks like a lot of their stuff is getting a lot better. They're definitely stepping up the game. The last couple pieces, especially the Poison Ivy piece, has just been kind of disappointing. But I think they nailed it on this one. Yeah, really like this backpack piece right here. I think this backpack is actually, let me see. It's definitely mixed media. This is like a rubbery piece. This is not like like a sculpted polystone piece right there. And let's go ahead and take a look at. I like the dual tone color. I like the way that her cat suit, most of the cat suit, is in this like matte color with very nice shading, and her the arms, these sleeves are in this nice glossy color. I know the statue is a little dusty. It's been sitting in my detail for over a month, and I kind of didn't want to do this review because I had to make an age-restricted video, and unfortunately I won't be able to monetize it. But whatever, it's long overdue. So yeah, I really like the shading, of course, due to the nature of this statue. That's a selling point. They're selling a sex appeal. So there we go. Looks very sexual. Alright, so let's go ahead and show you guys the head sculpt right here. You can actually remove the head sculpt here. Of course, everything is connected via the magnet. This is not the this is the just a collector edition portrait. I actually kind of regret not getting the what's that, the exclusive edition for the second head sculpt. I think this one looks pretty cool though. This is her classic look. I really like the way the goggles are sculpted. Again, I believe the goggle is polystone, but the strap here, this is mixed media, I believe. It's kind of like 50-50. I think back here, this is sculpted in, while the strap right here, this is mixed media. And the head is very nicely painted. Like, Sideshow has some really talented artists working on their, painting their statues. Alright, so the head goes back on here. And let's go ahead and take a look at what's down here. Let me adjust the camera. You see, the pose is very, very unique right here. There is actually a lot of sculpted detail on these boots. You can see the stitching up here. Let me try to bring this in. You can see this is not mixed media. This is all sculpted in, so that's actually really nice. You can see the wrinkles that almost make it look like it's real leather. Yeah, and the suit itself, you see the wrinkle, and then you see the texture right here on the side. That's actually pretty nicely done. Alright, let me get it at another angle right here, so you can see the sculpting work on the arms. Take a look at that. That is really nice. And then you can also see the stitching here. Again, these are all sculpted. Very, very nicely done. A lot of people have been asking me why why I got into statues. Well, the thing is, if you watch my channel, I got a lot of model kits and a lot of action figures, even high-end collectible figures. Well, I don't keep a lot of it, but most of the time I'm just too busy. I don't even have time to post my model kits or figures and stuff like that. So, you know, something like this is perfect. You know, I just set it and forget it. And plus it looks good. So, yeah. And the nice thing about high-end collectibles, you know, they tend to appreciate in value over time. And it's also like an art piece, so I can appreciate. It's not like something I'm gonna be embarrassed displaying. Or something that's gonna attract kids to my shelf. You know, whenever you have you know, low-end collectibles are you know, popular among children, they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, can I play with that? Can I see that? With high-end statues, you don't run into any of those problems because there's really nothing you can do with this. And plus, it's $500, $600. So yeah, it's a perfect situation. All right, so yeah, very nice. Let's go ahead and talk about this statue. This statue of this gargoyle, which just got damaged by Catwoman. Of course, you can see her claws digging into the statue right here. Right there, that is pretty nicely done. You can see that her claws just like clawing into the statue. And this letters, this piece right here, I think this is like a rubberized plastic whip that just goes around the gargoyle. So let me see if I can get everything in picture here. I mean, the this right here, this post or this base is pretty nicely done too. I mean, they didn't like cheap out on this base. This looks like a part of like a building. And for the most part, it's very nicely done. You get a lot of cracks, you got shading everywhere. Yeah. You know, to be honest with you, I think they could have done a little bit more weathering on this statue. Yeah, on this piece, the base itself. I keep referring to it as a statue, but I think it's good enough. Yeah. If this was like $1,000 statue, maybe, you know, maybe it could use a little bit more shading, maybe a little bit more detailing on the mouth area. Yeah, but this is pretty cool. I wonder if you know, I'm thinking about doing like a custom work on this piece. Basically, what I wanted to do is create a different base. You know, something that doesn't take up too much space, and just have like Catwoman sitting on that smaller base. Maybe something that's like maybe just like, you know, cut off like right here. That would have been nice. But anyway, so this is my first ever statue that I'm keeping for my personal collection. So yeah, I contemplate about selling this many times, but you know, if something that's actually really nice, I usually like to keep it. So yeah, if it's something that I really you know that doesn't impress me all that much, I usually get rid of it right away. So there we go. This is definitely one of my this is a keeper. So anyway, that is pretty much it for this review. I know I'm not the best statue reviewer. I'm really trying to get into these high-end collectible statues, but you know, budget is always an issue. So hopefully, you know, I'm thinking about maybe one a year. That's my plan, but we'll see. Hopefully the business gets better and I can start collecting more of these high-end collectible statues. Thanks for watching.